Welcome. Before we begin, take a moment to get comfortable. Adjust your position, lower your shoulders, and allow your body to settle. Now, take a slow breath in through your nose and let it go gently through your mouth. There's no need to control your breathing, just notice it slowing on its own. Tonight's story is calm and unhurried, told softly. You don't need to stay awake or follow every detail. If your mind drifts, that's perfectly okay. Let the story move quietly in the background as you rest. There's nowhere you need to be, and nothing you need to do. You are safe, you are comfortable, and sleep can arrive whenever it's ready. A long, unremarkable holiday in the most boring town. You arrive without fanfare. The train does not hiss dramatically or announce anything important. It simply slows and then stops, as if stopping here was always the plan. The station is small. One platform, one bench, and one clock that is neither fast nor slow. The sign reads Stillwater. No welcome banner, no tourist map, and no reason to take a photo. You step down onto the platform, and your shoes make a soft sound. Not loud enough to echo, not quiet enough to disappear. The air feels settled, as though it has already decided what kind of day it's going to be, and sees no reason to change its mind. You pause for a moment, not because you're lost, but because there is nowhere you need to rush to. Your suitcase rolls easily behind you, its wheels hum gently, matching your pace, and across the street is your hotel. It is grey, not a charming grey, not a stylish grey, just grey. 4 floors, evenly spaced windows, and a sign that reads Stillwater Inn. Inside, the lobby is softly lit. A carpet patterned in a way that suggests it has always been this way and will continue to be. A clock ticks somewhere behind the desk. The receptionist looks up and smiles, not brightly, not lazily, just enough. She hands you a key to room 203. Nothing else is said. The elevator is quiet, and it takes a moment before the doors close, as if they are double-checking that no one else is coming. They are not. The ride is smooth, unremarkable, reassuring, and your door opens up without any resistance. Inside, everything is where you expect it to be. A bed made with precise corners, with 2 pillows, a small lamp, and a chair by the window. The window looks out over the town. The view does not compete for your attention. A straight road, a bakery with its lights already dimmed, a lamppost standing exactly where it should. You sit on the bed for a moment, and then you lie back. Then you notice how your body begins to let go. Your shoulders soften, your breathing slows. The town does not ask anything of you. First morning, you wake without an alarm. Light filters in through the curtains, not bright, not dramatic, just enough to say that morning has arrived. The town is already awake, but quietly. You dress slowly. There is no weather to dress for. The temperature is agreeable. Downstairs, breakfast is available. Toast, eggs, tea. The kind of meal that does not distract you from eating it. You sit at a small table near the window, and outside nothing much happens. A person walks by, then another, and then another. They seem to know exactly where they are going. After breakfast, you step outside. The street is clean. Each shop opens at the same time every day, and you walk without direction, left, then right, then straight ahead. The town reveals itself slowly because it has nothing to reveal. A library, closed on Sundays, open every other day. A post office, One mailbox, one bench nearby. You sit on the bench. It's comfortable enough. A breeze moves past unhurried. You breathe in and out. Thoughts come and leave. Lunch happens eventually. You choose a cafe because it's the only one. The menu has not changed in years, and you order what most people order. It arrives exactly as expected. You eat slowly, and afterwards you walk again. The park is small and well maintained. A path loops around and returns you to the entrance. You walk the loop once, then again, then again. The repetition feels calming. Birds make sound you don't need to identify, and the leaves shift slightly. Nothing interrupts you. Later, you return to your room. You sit in the chair by the window. You watch the street. A delivery truck parks, then leaves. Time passes. You don't check it. Dinner is early, or maybe it's late. It doesn't matter. Streetlights turn on gradually. One, then another, then another. The town settles into its evening routine. Back in your room, you change into something comfortable. The bed is steady and supportive. You lie down. Your breathing deepens naturally. Outside, the town becomes quieter and quieter. The clock on the wall continues its gentle ticking, counting seconds that do not need to be counted. Your eyelids grow heavy. Tomorrow will be much the same, and that is deeply reassuring. As sleep begins to arrive slowly and without effort, you realise that this holiday, in the most boring town, is exactly where rest lives. Morning returns the same way it always does here. Not suddenly, not loudly. Light appears at the window in small, careful amounts, as if the day is asking permission to begin. You wake naturally. Your body feels heavy in a pleasant way, like it has decided there is no reason to hurry. For a few moments you stay exactly where you are. The bed is warm, the room is quiet. Somewhere in the building a door closes softly. A footstep passes, then fades. Stillwater is awake again. Eventually you sit up. The floor is cool beneath your feet but not cold. The air feels unchanged from yesterday. The same mild promise of nothing in particular. You dress slowly. There is no outfit required for today, no expectation to meet. Downstairs breakfast awaits. The same table, the same window, the same view of the street. Your toast arrives. The tea steams gently. You take your time. Between bites you watch the morning unfold, which mostly means watching it remain the same. A person walks by. Another follows several minutes later. No one rushes. After breakfast, you step outside. The town greets you exactly as it did before. The buildings are where you left them. The street remembers you. You walk down the same road. Your footsteps settle into an easy rhythm. Left, right, left, right. Breathing in, breathing out. You walk past the bakery. It smells faintly of bread. The door opens at the same time every day. You do not go inside. You keep walking. The post office is now open. One person stands in line. They do not seem impatient. You sit on the nearby bench again. It holds you without complaint. You watch a leaf drift across the pavement, then stop. But nothing else follows. Time stretches. Your thoughts begin to slow too. Long pauses between them. When you stand, you feel steady. You walk toward the park. The path curves gently as it always does. You complete the loop, then another. The repetition feels soothing. Each step confirms that you are exactly where you need to be. Lunch is unremarkable. The same cafe, the same chair. You order without looking at the menu. The food arrives warm and familiar. You eat slowly. Outside the window, the street remains calm. After lunch, you wander, not exploring, just moving. You notice small things you didn't yesterday. A crack in the sidewalk that looks like a line drawn on purpose. A window with a plant that never seems to grow or wilt. A sign that points to something you do not need to see. Eventually you return to the hotel. The lift hums softly. Room 203 welcomes you back. You sit in the chair by the window again. You watch the light shift on the buildings outside. Minutes pass, then more minutes. You do not keep track. The afternoon fades without announcing itself. You stretch slightly. Dinner happens again. The town's lights switch on one by one. You walk slowly back to the hotel, and the air feels still. Inside your room, everything waits for you. You change into something soft. The bed is ready. You lie down, and your breathing deepens on its own. Thoughts appear, then drift away before forming fully. Still water settles into night. No sirens, no interruptions, just a steady presence of quiet. As sleep returns, you realise tomorrow will arrive exactly like today. The day after that will do the same. Nothing will be missed. Nothing will be required. And in the most boring town you've ever visited, rest comes naturally. By now, mornings no longer feel new. They arrive the same way each time, softly, without urgency, as if they know you are in no hurry to meet them. Light spreads across the wall in familiar shapes. You wake before you need to. Your body feels rested, heavy, comfortable. There is no moment of confusion about where you are. Still water has already settled into you. You sit up slowly. The room looks exactly as it did yesterday. The chair remains by the window. The bed is untroubled. You stand, stretch gently, and dress without thinking. Downstairs, breakfast continues its quiet tradition. The same table waits. The same cup holds your tea. You sit. You watch the steam rise and fade. Outside, the street repeats itself. Someone passes by. Another follows later. The town does not rush to fill the space between them. At some point, you stop counting days. It might be the 4th, or the 5th, or maybe later. It does not matter. Each day unfolds in the same gentle pattern. A walk after breakfast, pause on the bench, a slow loop through the park. Your footsteps feel lighter now, as if the ground recognises you. The cafe greets you without greeting. Lunch tastes the same each time, warm and reliable. You return to your room in the afternoon. The chair by the window supports you again. You sit, you watch, you breathe. Sometimes clouds move slowly overhead. Sometimes the sky remains unchanged. Both feel acceptable. Midweek arrives quietly. No marker announces it. The bakery open, closes. The post office processes a small stack of letters. A dog passes on a leash, then passes again later. You notice the sound of your own breathing more clearly now. In and out, in and out. Thoughts feel farther apart. Long stretches of nothing rest between them. Your shoulders remain relaxed. Your jaw stays soft. This town has taught your body how to rest again. Evenings repeat their gentle descent. Streetlights glow. Dinner appears. The walk back to the hotel feels shorter each time. In your room, you prepare for sleep the same way every night. You lie down. The bed holds you. The quiet wraps around you without closing in. Some nights you listen to the clock. Other nights you do not notice it at all. Sleep arrives whenever it feels like it. You do not chase it. Near the end of the week, if there is an end, you realise something subtle has shifted. Your mind feels spacious, empty, but in a peaceful way. Still water has not entertained you. It has not impressed you. It has simply allowed you to slow down, and that has been enough. As you rest tonight, drifting gently towards sleep once more, you know tomorrow will arrive quietly. The town will be waiting, unchanged, unconcerned, perfectly still. Breathe in, you breathe out, and then you sleep. At some point, the idea of leaving appears, not as a plan, just as a thought. It arrives quietly like everything else here. You notice it while sitting in the cafe, or maybe while standing at the window, or perhaps while walking the familiar path through the park. The thought does not ask anything of you. It simply says, someday. There is no urgency attached to it. The town does not react. Still water continues exactly as it always has. You wake as usual. Light filters in unchanged. For a moment you wonder if this is the morning you leave. The question does not create tension. It drifts away before forming fully. You sit up, you dress. Downstairs breakfast waits. The same table, the same tea. You eat slowly. Outside the street looks exactly the same as yesterday. If this were the last morning, it would not look any different. Later, back in your room, you notice your suitcase. It sits quietly where you left it. You open it, not to pack, just to look. Everything inside is already folded. There is nothing to rearrange. You close it again. The act feels complete. You sit by the window. Time passes. The light shifts slightly. No announcement arrives telling you it is time. You step outside. The town accepts this without comment, and you walk the familiar streets. The bakery opens. The post office remains calm. You sit on the bench again. It holds you. A breeze passes, and nothing follows it. If you were leaving today, the town would not stop you. If you stayed, it would not notice. That thought feels comforting. Lunch happens. Afternoon arrives. You return to the hotel. The lift hums, and room 203 welcomes you back. You lie down for a short rest, and it stretches longer. Sleep comes lightly, then lifts, then returns. The day moves forward without checking on you. As night settles in, you realise no decision has been made, and that feels fine. The town glows softly under the streetlights. You walk back to your room one more time. You change into something comfortable, and you lie down. The bed feels the same as always. As your breathing slows, the idea of departure fades again. Not gone, just postponed. Tomorrow can hold it if it wants to. For now there is only rest. Still water remains. You remain. Sleep arrives without resistance, and once more you drift peacefully into another quiet night. The morning arrives as it always does. Soft, light, still air. No reason to move quickly. You wake without thinking about time. For a moment, you lie still and listen. The building is quiet. The town beyond the window remains steady and unchanged. If the day were different, you might notice, but it isn't. You sit up slowly. Your body already knows this rhythm. You dress in the same calm order. Each movement unhurried. Each moment unnecessary to rush. Downstairs, breakfast waits. The same table feels familiar now. The chair fits you easily, and the tea warm in your hands. Outside, the street holds its shape. You finish eating. and remain seated for a while longer. There is nowhere else to be. At some point, the idea of leaving returns. Not insistently, not loudly, just a quiet suggestion. Maybe today. You acknowledge it, then you set it down. Like a letter that does not need to be opened yet. You stand, you step outside. The town greets you with the same mild indifference. You walk the same streets, your feet nowhere to go. The bakery smells the same. The post office door opens, then closes. You sit on the bench. You always sit on this bench. It has become part of your day. Breathing in, breathing out. The space between thoughts grows longer now. You are not thinking about tomorrow. You are not thinking about yesterday. You are simply here. Lunch arrives. It tastes the same. You eat slowly. Afterwards, you wander without intention. You return to your room. You sit in the chair by the window. Light moves gently across the floor. Minutes pass, then more. You do not measure them. Your body feels heavy and calm. An evening arrives. You realize something subtle. You never decided to stay. You simply never decided to leave. And here, that is enough. The streetlights glow again. You walk back to the hotel. The hallway is quiet, and room 203 opens easily. You change into something soft, and you lie down. The bed welcomes you like it always has. As your breathing slows, the thought of departure dissolves once more. Not delayed this time, just unnecessary. Tomorrow will arrive when it arrives. Still water will remain unchanged, and you will rest again. Sleep comes easily now, and you drift, gently, comfortably, into another night. At first it's subtle, a small uncertainty. You wake up and wonder briefly what day it is. The question does not stay long. It drifts away, unimportant. Morning light fills the room in the same familiar way. The walls look unchanged. The chair remains by the window. The bed feels steady and welcoming. You sit up slowly. There is no sense of being late, no sense of missing anything. Time here has softened. You dress without marking the moment. Downstairs, breakfast waits, as it always does. The same cup, the same table. You sip your tea. The steam rises, then disappears. Outside, the street looks exactly as it always has. If days are passing, they are doing so quietly. You step outside. Your feet take you along known paths. Left, right, left, straight ahead. You do not remember the first time you walked this route. You only know that it feels correct. The bakery opens. The post office closes. You sit on the bench. You always sit on the bench. It has become part of the rhythm. Breathing in and breathing out. Your thoughts slow. Some do not finish forming. Lunch arrives when it arrives. You eat. You pause. And you continue. There is no need to label the hour. Afterwards you return to your room. The lift hums. Room 203 waits patiently. You sit by the window. Light shifts gently. You watch without tracking it, and your body feels heavy and calm, and your mind feels spacious. As evening settles in, or perhaps it has always been evening, streetlights glow softly. Dinner happens again. You do not recall how many times it's happened before. You walk back to the hotel. The air is still, and the hallway is quiet. You change into something comfortable. You lie down. The bed feels familiar beyond memory. As your breathing slows, you realise something gently without concern. You no longer know how long you've been here, but nothing about that feels wrong. Still water does not measure time, and neither do you. Sleep arrives as it always does, easily, naturally, without effort. As you drift deeper, the days blur softly together, becoming one long, peaceful moment of rest. There is no clear moment when it happens, no announcement, no realization, just a subtle shift. You wake one morning, or perhaps it is simply another morning, and the room feels familiar in a deeper way, not like a place you're staying, like a place you already know. Lights rest on the wall in a way that feels expected. You breathe in and out. Your body feels at ease here. You sit up slowly. There is no force of leaving, not because you've decided anything, but because the question no longer appears. You dress calmly. Downstairs, breakfast waits. The table feels like your table now. The cup fits your hand as if it always has. Outside, the street holds its quiet shape. The town moves gently without urgency. You recognize the pace, it matches yours. You step outside. Your feet carry you along a familiar routes. The bakery opens. The scent is faint, comforting. You nod to someone you've seen before. They nod back. Nothing else is needed. You sit on a bench, and the bench feels like part of your day, as essential as breathing. In and out. Pause between breath stretches. Thoughts float, then settle in. Lunch happens. The cafe chair supports you. The meal tastes exactly right. Not memorable, not dull, just correct. Afterwards you wonder, or perhaps you were simply moving. You return to your room, and room 203 opens easily. You sit by the window. The light knows where to fall now. You rest there, and time barely moves. As evening settles softly as always, streetlights glow. Dinner arrives. You walk back slowly. The hallway is quiet. Your room feels warm. You change. You lie down. The bed no longer feels temporary. It feels chosen. As your breathing slows, you realize still water is not something you are visiting. It is something you are part of. And that thought brings no excitement, only calm. Sleep arrives gently, naturally, and you drift into rest, held by a town that asks nothing of you and expects nothing in return. There is no final morning, no last day, no moment when anything needs to be decided. You wake gently as you always do. Light rests quietly in the room, familiar and kind. The air feels calm, settled, unchanging. You lie still for a moment, breathing easily, in and out. There is no schedule waiting for you, no place you must go. When you sit up, it feels natural. The room feels lived in now, not temporary, not borrowed, just right. You dress slowly, and downstairs breakfast waits, not as a service, but as a rhythm. The table is ready, the cup is warm, and outside the town holds steady. Still water has not changed, it does not need to. You step outside, the streets welcome you without greeting. Your feet know where to go, and you walk the same path. The bench waits, you sit, breathing in, breathing out. Thoughts drift past like clouds, noticed, then gone. There is no beginning to this day, no end, just a gentle unfolding. Lunch happens when it happens. You eat slowly, you rest, you wander, or simply move. Back in your room, the chair by the window holds you. Light shifts. You watch it without following it. Your body feels very heavy and comfortable, and your mind feels quiet and open. As light fades, the town glows softly. Streetlights appear. Dinner passes. The walk back feels familiar and unremarkable. Inside your room, everything waits exactly as you left it. You get changed. You lie down. The bed welcomes you again. As your breathing deepens, gentle understanding settles in. You do not need to leave. You do not need to stay. You simply are. Still water holds you without expectation. Time loosens completely. Sleep arrives like a slow tide, steady, gentle, inevitable. And if tomorrow comes, it will look very much like today, and that is perfectly fine. You can stay as long as you like. And as sleep deepens, and the town rests quietly around you, there is no need to mark what comes next. Time here does not move in straight lines. It softens, curves, and gently turns back on itself. The room grows quieter still. Breathing slows. Thoughts become fewer, lighter, until they drift away entirely. And somewhere in that deep, comfortable rest, without effort, without awareness, you find yourself travelling again. Not quickly, not far, just gently. The sense of motion is subtle, like the slow sway of a train late at night. You are warm, supported and unhurried. Outside, darkness rests calmly against the windows. The rhythm is steady, predictable, and gradually, almost without noticing, the motion slows, then slows again until it stops. There is no announcement, no sudden sound, just the quiet understanding that you have arrived. The train doors open softly, cool, calm air drifts in. You step onto the platform. The station is small, unremarkable. One bench, one clock. The sign reads Stillwater, and everything is exactly as it should be.